Did you come back in, or was that something else? Okay, so I think we are on.
Live on where we are going live here now. We're on Zoom. I'm going, but you can go to our YouTube page and follow the show, like, subscribe, and just comment because we are definitely about to go in. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip the phone so you guys can see what we're doing over here. But don't be trying. Hold on. All right, so we are going live. As you can see here, we are live on Zoom. Y'all all see Jim the twin. I will not be holding this phone like this. So, ooh, okay. Ooh, y'all trying to see my business. Hold on.
Business.
They're trying to see my house business.
Okay, so all right, so we're here, right? We're here. We're actually live on YouTube right now, so that's great.
You glowing,
Um,
sis. You glowing. You glowing over there. Is it
I try.
is it the lighting?
I try to let my little light shine. Yeah, I think it's the lighting though.
Yeah, girl, put them titties up. You got your titties all out. What you been
You
doing?
just like it is.
Oh, you got
Listen, it was
you got into that 90-degree
uh,
weather.
exactly. It was beautiful weather today, so it was time for the girls to come out. Get some sun. I wanted everything to be able to have free access to the vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Um, and, and plus, it's mood altering these
All right.
breasts.
Well,
They
I'm
alter
turned
the
on.
mood.
I'm turned on, sis. I'm turned
Okay,
on.
girl. Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All for you, Abby Cakes.
Yes.
So,
Well,
Abby Celeste,
uh-huh.
it's the most is happening right now.
What look, we have a lot of crazy stuff going on. I mean, we were on about 2 weeks ago, and it was the COVID-19, and we were discussing the COVID-19. Would we have thought 2 weeks ago we would be in the state that we're in now? Like, it's
No,
just so quick how life takes a turn. We were all just in in fear of COVID-19. Now we're in rage of the continued hate. You see what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So you guys, please be prepared because we are gonna have this show will be dedicated to George Floyd. Um, and we are definitely for what's going on right now. We are definitely here for it. This is going to be a very detailed, opinionated show. So yeah, these are our opinions. We're sticking to them. And know that we are definitely with y'all on this, on what's going on. We have been talking about the hate that's going on in this world for a very long time, and I think everybody's reached a breaking point. I don't know if it's because everybody been in the house, stuck in the house for 3 months, and now y'all don't let the beast out of hibernation, and y'all was poking. I don't know,
Right.
but we definitely going to talk about it. I hope everybody's continues to have great safety though, as far as your health. Don't lose sight of the fact that there is a COVID-19 still out there. So I hope everybody is still taking care of their health. But I definitely think we should start the show off. Obviously, everything we're going to talk about today is positive because everything that's going on in the world today, we're all hoping for a positive outcome. you know
Right.
the protesters are positive. You know what I'm saying? Everything, this is all positive things, regardless of how they try to dilute what's happening. It's still positive. So I'm excited to really get into that. Y'all know how I am about, how I feel about protesting shit. Y'all know how I get all. I
Now,
get
how
all.
do you feel about protesting?
Y'all know how I feel about that shit. Y'all know I'm all good. I'm good for a good protest, but I ain't for no tear gas though. Don't throw no tear gas on me. Do not throw no tear
Man,
gas
that's some
on me.
bullshit.
Because if you, the moment you do, not only am I gonna sue you, I'm liable to kill you. So don't throw no tear gas this way. But no, on a lighter note, some positivity. Uh some positive. I lost a few pounds. I said bye
Okay.
bye quarantine 15. You won't get me. Um,
Okay, good for you.
let's see what else is positive. I'm still here. I'm healthy. I'm healthy, thank God. What's positive for you right now?
Um, well, today I got some vitamin D. Um, Let me just start by saying that there are a lot of positive things and that they aren't that deep, as far as being covered up. Because I know I have a real big pause right there because there are some things going on personally and in the world that's just like way too much. And so I feel overwhelmed, but I can quickly remind myself that there are so many good things that are happening right now personally that I thank God for, even for this situation, because sometimes we have to be thankful for what shout out for Street Baptist Church for that, shout out to them for highlighting the fact that sometimes we got to be thankful for wilderness too. And right now we're out here in the wilderness. We are out here in the scary parts, in the place where it doesn't seem like light and things like that. But this position that we're actually in can actually exact some change in the world. And so although it had to be precursor by tragic events, there's still a positive outcome that could get from here.
That potential
And
is that.
then yeah, and then even with quarantine, the times when I feel like I'm going crazy because I actually feel like I'm working in triplicate overtime, even when I'm supposed to be kind of relaxing a little bit. You would think that that's what it's all about, but at the same time, this is an opportunity to build, and it's been a great actual financial opportunity for me, to actually take advantage of, get some stuff in order. You know what I mean? Pick up some things I haven't been able to get to. Actually, behind me is the start of like I'm doing a mural on my wall, so there's some like outline on this wall back here and stuff like that. So it's an opportunity to engage in some things that are supposed to be, that we never have time for, the things that you never have time for, including being, with your family, immediate family, whoever's in your household and things like that. And to be able to get closer to people and for real, to be able to look in the mirror and say, there's some shit that's not right that I don't want to see. And that's personally like in your life and outside your like in the world. We're really right now taking a mirror to a whole bunch of shit and saying, I don't like what I see. And now that I have the opportunity to change it, that's what's about to happen. And right. So we have to be thankful for those things. So that's my personal positivity. I'm thankful for the time to actually engage in some of the things that I love. I'm thankful for actual time to grieve because the world hasn't stopped, and the world never stops when you grieve the loss of a loved one. But in this respect, I actually have had a chance to kind of sit still and grieve a little bit. And then I had a quote for us that says, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. So this is time for empowerment. And I think that if nothing else, everybody should be taking from this chaos and craziness that, we are empowered, and you do see people coming out the woodworks that you didn't think would be there before, and stuff like that. So it's important that we look more so for the positive things than the negative ones, for sure.
Awesome. So you guys, I'm ending the live on Instagram. Please go ahead and join in on YouTube, SipsTea the show. It is live, so make sure you guys join in on that. All right, let me end that. Okay.
Let me check in here. And it's crazy because even before this whole situation started, I know we were talking about being consistent and things like that. And then something happens that makes it super difficult for you to be consistent. And then you start to think about what is important to you and whether or not, you're making any efforts in the right direction. Like, this is a total time to shift energy. And so I'm glad to see us back here. I'm glad that some of our energy is still here with SipsTea the show, because this is also a platform for us to make some change and to actually, like, what's happening.
Go ahead. This is what happens when you have to do your virtual. Life still happens. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
But
We was in the studio plenty of times and we had walkers through.
yes, yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But
But
no, but I definitely agree with what you're saying though.
luckily we don't. Okay, so we've been tired of talking about COVID-19. Soon as you get tired of talking about COVID-19 and the coronavirus and things like that, we get a reason not to talk about the shit,
Another
because
virus, another virus.
it wasn't even the virus. It was the killing and the murder.
But that's what I'm saying. We got another form of a virus. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, another,
Yeah,
something else. Shout
exactly.
out to the peaceful protesters out there. And, my heart goes out to anybody who's losing businesses right now through all of this. And um, in some ways, it feels good to see this generation actually upset and enraged enough to act on something. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we've been chilling for a long time. If you think about it, we have our thing, but we've been chilling. Like, we not built like they were when, when slaves were revolting because they were not about to take no shit no more. When Martin Luther King was marching, when Malcolm X was calling for change and things like that, we're not really built the same way. I mean, we are, because we're cut from that cloth. And I think sometimes it just takes us to build up that place where enough is the fuck enough to get to the point where, we not about to take this, that, and the other. And it's, people are standing up enraged and things like that, and actually taking action behind what it is that's going on. But how about we got all of this stuff going on, and then did you vote?
Oh yeah, girl. But here's the thing.
Because that date snuck up on me. I'm gonna tell you that.
But here, and we were talking. Look at this. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm having some moments here. Look at this. Hair just growing. Anyway, but no, here's the thing. I feel like that was also a distraction. It was a distraction because we're so busy out here, no justice, no peace, that we forgot to even do that. You know what I'm saying? And then they were on there rapping. They were on there talking about on social media where they had like a line wrapped around the thing for people going out there to vote. But it's like, if it was after 5 o'clock and it wasn't postmarked yesterday, then you missed out on your opportunity to vote. Give me 1 second.
Right. And that's that.
Yeah, exactly. One second.
That's that. So if you guys think, because I see there's some people in the chat room on YouTube, but if you guys think about, we've had a lot of distractions. We've had a lot of distractions, and the coronavirus, of course, that was a huge distraction from everything. Okay. Then we, move past that, and we going into the last day of voting. I mean, I have to be honest, like, the last day of voting snuck up on me. And this is when I say, thank goodness for social media, and thank goodness for people who are posting things that are relevant and important. because that's when social media backfires on people who are using social media to distract us. Because I saw on social media first, like, make sure you go vote because today's the last day. I saw that on social media, and then I went to check my ballot. Like, are you serious? So I was able to catch that because that was going on, which also surprised me because Blackout Tuesday was also on the last voting day, which I was like, this is weird too, because my people, we supposed to be like Blackout Tuesday was supposed to be all about, taking a moment so that we could, regroup, or the music industry was deciding that they were going to, mobilize people to regroup and figure out what you're going to do with yourself and how we can make this better and how we can, mobilize and come up with solutions and things like that. But it was on the last day, the last voting day, when usually when we were in real time voting, back in the day when people were voting, at the polls and stuff, if you can remember that, because that was a whole different time at this point. But all you saw on social media was I voted stickers. You couldn't get away from it. So you were definitely reminded, take your ass to the polls and vote and vote, vote. There were whole campaigns about vote, vote, vote. All of the, people, influencers and stuff like that, musicians, artists, blah, 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 blah. Vote, vote, vote. And this time we technically had Blackout Tuesday.
On vote,
And
vote, vote.
though, and some people did say, don't forget to vote and stuff like that. But it's just funny because Blackout Tuesday was there. If you were not aware, or like not like paying attention, you would have missed that too. So maybe it was a little ill-timed, I'm not sure, but I hope that everybody got out to vote yesterday. As much,
Vote.
Yeah, I just really hope that people dropped your ballot off, or you took your ass somewhere to vote. And because I realize that there's a sentiment amongst people, a lot of people of color, maybe even other people, that makes people feel like, why am I voting? Because your voice doesn't count and stuff like that. And I understand that we are bucking the system, but I feel like sometimes you have to work within the system as well. Like, do the riding, do whatever you're doing. Not saying that, I want you to riot, but do whatever you're doing. Do that and this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and too, we can't see, the thing about what's going on right now is like, we've had these moments, right? We've had these moments where we had the Sandra Bland, we had the Trayvon Martin. We have these moments where it's just that moments. We have got to stay consistent in the fight. We cannot allow something else to happen and then we forget about the fight. And that's what happens with us, is we as a people. And actually, I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and I was saying, when I say us as a people, I'm not talking about us. I'm not talking about generational. I'm talking about anybody who's fighting for the cause is us. It's either, at this point in the game, it's either us or them. Us or them. Those are the two colors that I see. Us or them. You either with us or you're with them. That's it. You're black, white, yellow, green, whatever color right now. In this point, it doesn't matter, because everything has been intertwined into with one another, right?
Yeah.
So,
and shout out to our Caucasian brothers and sisters who are actually out there.
The real, but here's the thing, let's make sure we say the real people, because we have those people who are imposters who are sent out to make us to still look like we're the villain. So I'm talking about the people who are actually out there protesting and are able to look you in the face as a white woman and say, or a white man, and say, I understand white privilege and I apologize. Yeah. I'm not talking about those
even
people.
If I don't understand white privilege,
exactly,
I understand that it exists.
It exists. And I
think what I'm saying? I understand that there is something going on that ain't right here.
That's not right here. And as a human being, whatever color you are, as a human fucking being, you have to be able to see what's going on. You have to be able to see. And I think that with George Floyd, That was the thing that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
To hear this man, and I still, when I think about it, I cringe.
Yeah.
When I think about it, I get teary-eyed. Because to hear this man, someone who was all about justice and peace, to call out for his mama and take his last breath, for what? That's, at this point, that's inhumane.
Right.
And I've heard people refer to us as animals, right? Acting like animals and this and that. I heard our own kind today via Trina. I'm going to just say it. Trina, the rock star, the princess of the Miami, call us animals. But are we the animals? Or are they the animals? Are they the carnivores? Because they're taking life from us. And it's just like,
it's funny. Where's the line drawn? You know what I mean? Because, and the funny part is that, our skin color makes people feel all of these things about us against us, when so often I find us being the ones that are trying to be the peacemakers.
yeah.
With the Amy Cooper situation, I looked at a news article the next day or something like that. A couple days later.
Sis, real quick, friend. I just want to tell you something that disgusts me.
Absolutely.
When I saw that, I was disgusted. Absolutely. I don't like.
But it was so blatant. It was so blatant. Especially, okay, so we have the George Floyd situation going on over here, and then Amy's over here actually depicting. You could not have done that in a movie.
Exactly.
If that was not Last Life, because if somebody did a movie and put that shit in there, people would be like, okay, but it don't really happen like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that was the realest thing to have actually happened, so that people see, no, seriously, this is how it goes down. And this is the shit that we are talking about officially.
And did you see how she? And did you see how she did that doll? Did you see how she
Peter?
When I saw that shit, I swear to woo, why woo, like that, all that shit pissed me off. That shit pissed me off. That like
being on YouTube said that they called us super predators in the 90s.
Exactly.
And it's just funny. It's funny because we get those depictions and then it sticks, because now we're calling each other animals. We're looking at it and saying, why are they doing that? Instead of identifying the fact that there is rage within us that should be there. We have it's you know what? It's just like when people start doing calling people angry black woman. Okay. Yeah. When somebody calls an angry black woman, but you just forget all about the precursor, you forget all about who pushed you to the point where you exploded and became a quote unquote angry black woman. So it allows people to get out of their responsibility in it, because, oh, now you're reacting funny.
Or is this too? Here's the
that's thing. Like a battered woman that just sits there and continues to take it and take it and take it, as opposed to, going ham and I'm going to do something about it. Like that, it's just, we are disempowering each other. Do I agree that we should be, looting and all this other stuff? Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not, damn it. But we should definitely not be doing what the hell we were doing before, which was nothing.
But here's the thing, Kels. Here's the thing. What really blows my fucking mind is, here's the thing. You have these like Trinas of the world. You have these people of the world who are like Chicanas and all these different people, don't fuck up black businesses and all this and all that and all this and all that. But guess what? It's not about, right at this point, you're still missing the picture, because you don't see these people don't fuck up the black business. You messing up my business. Do you see that they did the same thing to the Gucci store? They did the same thing to all these other corporations. They say went and bashed their shit in. But guess what? You don't see them making these public announcements. You know why? Because they're insured. They don't give a fuck. But yet and still we're missing the message. They don't care. You can go and steal everything out the store. They're insured.
Yes. Okay. They are sure will rebuild for sure.
Yeah,
and I do want to say,
guess what? And all you're doing is adding fuel to the fire, because all they're going to say is, no, we're not going to go against Trump, because guess what? This man is giving our business money. So it's like we, as people, we have got to stop. We're thinking it. Don't say it. If it's not going to help the cause, don't say it. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
If it's not going to help,
I do agree with that. I do agree with that. That is a really good point, because if it's not helping the cause, then yes, let's keep it to ourselves, because now is not the time to be against each other. You know what I'm saying? This is the relationship one. You know, you don't address your partner in front of everybody.
No.
You talk to them about what the hell you didn't like off to the side. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, okay, bro, well,
you don't make a
listen,
public...
baby, next time, let's do X, Y, and Z a little bit different. But I'm not about to call you out in front of everybody to have everybody say you wrong is too much. No, I'm going to talk to you off to the side, because where's the solution? So we should be having some, conversation with each other. You have a better idea.
Especially if you're somebody who's in the limelight. Don't be so, because now what you're doing is you're feeding into what they're saying about us.
Absolutely. Because now you condone it too. You're saying what we said. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, right, because you're another African-American person agreeing with our idea of, who you are and what you do and stuff like that. And sometimes, I feel like money changes people. It removes you so far from the struggle that you forget about the rage. How mad are you? How mad are you? Because you don't see yourself as being one of the people that could be George Floyd, because you're too high up right now. Exactly. You have too much money. You probably never going to be, I think, you're not going to be at the store when the police pull up and they're trying to do this.
She said, this is what she said. This is what she said. Let me, matter of fact, I kind of want to play it, because this is what she said. And this is the ignorant shit that she said. She said, because guess what? When they pull up to my car, she missed it. I'll show them my license, registration, and insurance. What? You show them your license, registration, insurance, bitch, if it even gets to that point. Huh? It's even if it gets to that point. You talking about showing your license?
Frozen. Are you frozen, girl?
I was. I was, but I'm not anymore. Am I still frozen?
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. She's like, oh, if they pull me over, because this is what she said. If they pull me over, I'm just going to show them my license, registration, and insurance. What? Bitch, if it was just that simple, we wouldn't be having these problems. If it was just that simple, we wouldn't be having all these conversations. If all you had to do is when you got pulled over is show your fucking ID, insurance, and license and registration, we wouldn't even have these problems. But guess what? It's not that simple
at all. Right.
We wouldn't be having a George Floyd.
But you forgot because this is not your life. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then the other thing that killed me is she said
have to do is do this until, guess what? People will find out that they a nigga too real quick. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is be in the wrong situation. And then it's going to shock the hell out of you that I ain't even gonna hold you. So I had a little situation once where it was a little DUI situation, but I'm a completely and totally law-abiding citizen. As a matter of fact, the way that I did the DUI is because I decided not to drive because I was a little tipsy. I decided not to drive, and so I pull over, and I still have the car on, okay? Because it's the dead of fucking winter. Well, apparently, what I didn't know is that you can't have the car running. So eventually, a policeman comes up to the window. He's asking me these questions, and I'm like, "Well, officer, yes, I'm truthful about it because I don't even think that I'm doing anything wrong." So they haul your girl off, handcuffs and all. Am I belligerent? Am I doing anything? No, we could have had this conversation. It was just what I'm trying to say is I found out very quickly that I was just another black person. I was just another, and let's not even say black person. I was just another person that they were picking up for DUI. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't care that you might have pulled over. We don't care that you did this. We don't care that you did that. The guy was hollering at me at the end of the station, and I'm like, what is all of this for? Mind you, I am tipsy too. So I'm like, literally, I'm crying now because I'm like, now I'm scared. I'm freaking out because the whole situation, it was just so ugly. It was so ugly. And that's, those are when I say those are defining moments when you realize that you're just your
Another
color
black
sometimes.
person.
You're just another person. And
That's
it's what that person feels about your color. Um, that dictates how they react to you, because I had friends in other places who had done far worse, bigger things had happened, and they had none of those troubles that I had. You know what I'm saying? They did it, so it's just that was one of the defining moments for me that said, you too, Jim the twin, you too. You see what I'm saying?
look, and let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this. Y'all better believe this when I tell you. And our Caucasian brothers and our Caucasian people, let me go back to my thing. Let me go back. Us and them. So them, they the biggest gangsters of it all. They gangster with the shit. Because guess what? They can do the shit right there in your face and say, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do? They're the biggest gangsters of them all. They're the animals, to be quite frank with you. And then and one last thing she said, she wanted to Trina, because this is really running the wrong way today. She said they need to up the curfew to get those animals off the street. Wow, sis. Wow, sis. Yeah. Get the what?
And nobody. Sis? Well, okay. Here's another question though, right? Everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? But what was her remark about what actually happened to George Floyd?
Oh, but she ain't had shit to say.
Okay.
She's talking about the animals on the street. You see what I'm saying? And so I don't know if she thought she thinking oh bitch, because you're the bitch of Miami, baby. Guess what? You're black and you're a female. And don't get it twisted. If you don't think for one moment, honey, because you didn't own your own label, boo. So guess what? You already been exploited by the white man. Somebody already else got rich off of your talent, boo. Read Erykah Badu's thing that she posted today. She posted that shit today about her celebrity industry friends. White people have been exploiting us since the beginning of time, back to slavery. Wake up, stay woke. Like, come on now. Like all this shit, the George, like all of this stuff that's going on. I'm just happy. My prayer for the nation is we stay consistent and we keep the same energy throughout this process. We don't fall back into reservation mode. We don't fall back when shit gets tough. No, we better be ready to fight because shit gonna get tough.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I pray for this nation, that we don't just do this right now, right here, because it's hot and everybody's on it, and you got Keke Palmer, you got all these celebrity people on it. No, you got when it's forgotten about, you got to continue to remain to mention it. This cannot die, because what we've been through is not dead. It will. We're born into a world of separation. We're born into a world of color, black and white. We got to change the narrative from the beginning. So when you have all these things that are happening, and some people are like Blackout Tuesday, and I'm gonna be honest with you, cool with Blackout Tuesday.
Now, and we got to stay consistent with actually while we praying and we wanting things and stuff like that. We actually have to stay consistent with the prayer change the vibration right now, because the vibration of this world right now is all the way fucked. There is so much energy and anger. You can smell it, you can taste it, it's in the air. That energy is in the air. But there's also, let's be clear though, where there's protesting, peaceful protesting and things like that, the energy in the air is also peaceful.
It's love.
The energy in the air also love. There's change in it, you know what I'm saying? So you can also feel those things too. And my prayer is that we continue to stay consistent in that. Like, let's not forget, number one, let's not be desensitized either, because soon, I don't know, after you continue to see all of these protests and you see this, that, and the other, I hope we're militant, and I hope that we are consistent, and I hope that everybody does their part. And I'm appreciative for people who are posting ways for other people to help. Because everybody has their gift, everybody has their thing that they do. Everybody's not for the front line, you know what I'm saying? They're not, everybody's not for
Kels, real quick though, before Kels, can I just say, I do want to give a quick shout out to the people who are in the front line, and I'm just really quickly, as far as the people who are, in front of this thing, like our National Guard. We have really quickly, and I want to just interject, I also want us to understand what's happening when they're putting the National Guard in the front line. Most of the people in the National Guard are Black. So they're putting our people in the front line to be spit on, have PP thrown on them. People, let's not lose sight.
I don't know, you're frozen again, Abby.
Am I still frozen? Am I still frozen? Am I frozen like the movie?
You frozen. Okay, say it again. Now you say, okay, so you were saying that we're on the front line.
I want to give a shout out to the people who are on the front line, our National Guard. I do have a very close friend who is a part, I can't say her name, but she is in the National Guard, and she has been in DC dealing with this stuff. Just because they have them out there, it's ordered by the government, doesn't mean that they're with them. So let's have respect for them. And we can't, we're throwing PP on them and all this other stuff. They're just doing what they're ordered to do. Right. And as much as they are for us, they can take a knee, they can do all these different things. But if this is what the order is given, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. How do we, I don't even know, in the case of your friend either, like how that's okay. So if there's something that is your job and it is anti your belief, how are people handling that? Like, this is what I'm ordered to do, but this is my belief. Because I saw the National Guard that Keke Palmer was talking to as well. And they were like, I don't think they were people of color, but at the same time, they were like, we understand what you're saying. We get it, but this is our job. So But
look here. Why do you think that they put the National Guard on the front line? Because guess what? Especially in DC, you probably know, hey man, just go home. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. They're still trying to put our people against us. They're still trying to find a way. And we're falling into the trap. These people, they're for us, but they're doing what they're ordered to do. Just like when they had the Afghanistan military fight, everybody didn't want to believe in that war, but guess what? That was the order that they had to do. And it's just
unfortunately that's part of the whole military situation though. It's part of, but then I hope that one day we get to the point where our military is not ordered. That they're not ordered to do things that would compromise what their moral value says that they should do.
But Kels, but guess what?
Because let's be clear though. Hitler, remember Hitler, who ordered the militia to do this, that, other. It's a horrible situation. And I don't even know how people are handling it, because it is a huge divide in what you want to do, how you really feel, and what you can do, because you do your job.
But Kels, here's the thing. Let's take it back. If we want to look at it like that, we're all in positions that we don't want to be in. We deal with things every day, racial, every single day on the job. You deal with things going to the store. That you deal with things that you normally do not want to deal with on a daily basis. This is nothing new. Like, you could be, if you're in a customer service,
I could be which you believe to be like your moral fiber. Like, if I tell you, Ed the celeb, it's your job, you need to kill that person. I know I couldn't be in that position, and that's why I feel, I'm just like, I don't even know how a lot of our servicemen are handling it, because I know that a lot of them don't agree with. I know that they don't agree with their orders, but we have to think about that too. This is the world that we live in. That is also not the best situation. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about change, that's also something that, even when you go to freaking jury duty, if you have a high opinion for or against something that people are trying, they want you to be there. Why? Because they know that you're not going to, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to compromise your moral value, and you're going to rule in favor of something or against something that somebody else wants you to do because of your feelings. They say, if we're trying to murder cause a murder case, and they're asking you, has this been close to you? Has anyone in your family, you know what I'm saying? How close to this particular issue are you? Because can you have an unbiased opinion of what's going on? And a lot of times they dismiss you, because if you tell them, you had anything going on, that was close to whatever it is that they're trying, they're like, you're dismissed, you're out of here. And hopefully one day we will get to the point where, yes, I do agree to fight for this country. I do agree to maintain law and order, because we all bought into this system. Trevor Noah actually did a report, a cast or whatever, where he was talking about basically the illusion of a society and a community is that we all buy into this system. We all buy into the system, and we say we subscribe. If this is our community, we agree that we should behave this way collectively. That's why this whole thing is all fucked, because we don't agree that people in our community, number one, are being treated fairly, because we are part of this community too. So that's why now it's like, let's revolt, let's not do this, because now we have to buck the system, because the system is not taking care of us, right? And it's been that way for forever. And I hope that we get to a point where people can actually have their own moral fiber intertwined with what it is that you're asking them to do. Because we did have a society where, not us, but Hitler, as the ruler, he decided to send people to actually, to kill, oppress, an entire, I know that all of those soldiers did not believe in what they were doing, but they did it. They definitely did it. And
when you decide to, when you moral list and you sign those papers and you take that money, you're agreeing to do it. You just sold yourself, right?
Or you are going AWOL.
Exactly, and that's the other thing. And so, what are they supposed? So, is this in conversation? What is that person supposed to do? Go AWOL, say fuck this shit, and then go to jail, go to prison? You get what I'm saying? So I just want us to also be more delicate in the situation and have and have the spirit of discernment and be able to decipher between things. Because when my friend was telling me, she was like, yeah, they throw a pee and all this and all. Like, I was like, what? They throw a pee in my, you know what I'm saying? Like, but she had to do a job. See what I'm saying? So it's just like, we have got to look at the picture of what they're trying to portray.
Hold on. A lot of the African American cops and soldiers are standing up to those who are, are abusing or being abusers and things like that. Because and she said, change from within. Yes, maybe you can be the change from within. That is also something that says you can do in your position. Try to align yourself with your morals. Like, do what you can do, and hopefully we do have,
and we just have respect
acting in our favor too. Like, this is not cool. Like, we got to do this. Like, yes, you have to do your job. Yes, you have to do certain things. But in that, you have to still exercise your best judgment and exercise whatever you can. Just like she was saying about the cops. Yes, I'm sure that they sent them out to do X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, while you're doing that, you can still use compassion.
Yeah. But see, the thing about it is,
you could still
you could still, and so what they've been, and so what you'll see, so a lot of people in the military, they're trying to help have a peaceful protest, but then you have those pockets of people that make it more violent. You have those people who are trying to make the protest peaceful so that people can be heard, but then you have the other people who are probably not National Guard, maybe not these, I'm sorry, police officers or whatever the case may be, or whatever, any part of the military, whatever they are, you have those pockets of people who are just creating more chaos. And so I just want us to be able to decipher between the two. Like oh God, the stuff that she was telling me
within those positions are not against us.
Yes,
you were trying. Everybody's not. You might be in that job, but just like Imani was saying, you can still be the from within. You can still, you can still take it back and be part of the solution as opposed to part of the problem from your position. You know what I mean? Because from your position, just try not to be the asshole that's, making, but we're all in a tough situation. That's understandable. Police officers, even the African-American ones, who are just a tough position. I do exercise some empathy when I see all of this or talk about all of this and look at it from different people's perspectives. And it's a tough situation, but none of this is going to be easy for anybody. So we can just forget about it. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of questions. Huh?
That's what I was saying. It's not going, none of this is going to be easy. And the road is going to get more ugly and it's going to get deeper. But we got to just, as a people, we got to continue to stay united and we got to continue to stay together, because they're going to try to do some shit that's going to take some shit away from us. They're taking away our people every single day. Now, you don't want them to continue to antagonize the situation. And they will do that. They will do that. Because let me tell you something, Trump is not going to stop what he's doing. Trump is more, the more we do, the more he will do.
She's frozen.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You frozen too, sis.
I'm frozen now.
You were, like, when I'm frozen, you're frozen.
Oh, really? Oh, that sucks. We're frozen.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I just feel like,
yeah.
But I'm proud. Even in this terrible time, I'm proud to be Black, and I'm proud to be a citizen of what this United States could potentially become.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially. And I say potentially, if we stay consistent. If we stay consistent. And we gotta continue to act out of love, not hate, awareness, not anger, peacefulness, not hostility. We have to come from those angles, and we have to continue to keep that inside of us. And as a matter of fact, I don't want to do a spoiler alert or anything like that, but you said Imani was on And I hope one day we can actually get her on the actual air, because she, you know, she is a mental health, you know, she's a psychiatrist, a licensed therapist. And she, through this time, has been so motivated to create things that's going to help the American people, not black, white, yellow, green, but the American people through this tragic time, because we're going to need some healing from the inside out. And it's not going to be,
Absolutely.
and it's not going to be healing from a drug, a pill that's made by the man. It's going to be healing from turning that anger into love. It's going to be being able to use, and I don't want to do a spoiler alert, but it's going to be able, she's actually working on different oils and subscriptions to help gauge what you're feeling and create a platform for everybody to express. Because a lot of people still aren't understanding what this, like, they don't understand how mental right now we're all exposing ourselves to the COVID-19, but to also mental illness, because this shit will drive you crazy. And so she's coming up with an opportunity to subscribe to subscriptions and to become a part of one united front and create different oils and things like that to help create a better you from the inside, so that we can continue to go on, so that we can continue to have the consistency that we've been talking about, staying consistent and being able to peacefully protest and be able to stay consistent to what we believe in. And so she's actually throughout all of this, and she's in Atlanta, she was like, we need something different, because the juice we drinking on is not working.
Right.
We got to get. And so, I mean, I don't want to spoil it, and I'm excited for her and her adventure. But yeah, I mean, we gonna definitely, after all of this, because it's not gonna be done for a while. If it's not, we're gonna definitely need some serious mental health. And you've been talking about mental health for so long on our shows, because it is something that is so prevalent to the United States of America. Everybody in it, white, black, and any other color. So we're gonna definitely need some healing after this, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in particular that, you know,
African Americans, we need healing. We have generational inborn things that is like so deep inside of our actual bloodline, like generational traumas, but even with the trauma came that's why our blood is strong, you know what I'm saying, that there are things that
people
pass. Yeah, exactly. As a people, there are things that we are passing down generation to generation to generation, whether we knew them or not. Like there's something in the blood that connects us back to our past and our ancestors, good, bad, and indifferent. So, you know, we needed the healing prior to this. You know what I'm saying?
Too. We gotta realize, and see, we gotta also understand that and we also gotta understand that they're scared of us. Because when we come together, we're a force to be reckoned with, and they know that. So that's why they're continuously trying to separate us and to tear us down. Because they know that if we as African American, because we're resilient by birth. So if we were to come together like we're doing, we're infectious. Because see, the thing about it is, you now have other countries bleeding into our cause because we're infectious. You have spent X amount of dollars into our careers and into our talents because we're infectious. But imagine if we become the originator. Imagine if we don't jump on their bandwagon, but now they're jumping on ours and the roles are reversed. That scares white people. So what do they have to do? They have to conquer and divide. And they know nothing fuels a Black person more than anger and rage of hate and killings if a white person kill a Black man or a Black woman. But we gotta stay strong. Go ahead.
Absolutely. And it's definitely up to us to keep our heads and our hearts and our minds focused on building together and making sure that there is no one left behind on this. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that we're actually building communities. And it's not even these are, it's so funny because we ain't trying to discriminate against nobody. We're
No.
inclusive. You know what I'm saying? We're to be inclusive. We want to be inclusive, but we want to be included. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't. So I don't know. Right now, this is a very touchy subject in general, because there's a lot of rage behind it, and I don't even think to be disconnected from it somewhat. And now you can't. Now there's, now I think so many people, not Trina apparently, but so many people see themselves in this that you
Yeah.
can't disconnect from it. Like this was you, it was your cousin, or um that was some that it was too, it's too close to you, it's too close to us. And so that rage of that family is my rage, it's my brother's rage, it's my sister's rage. You know what I'm saying? It's
I mean, think about it. When you think about it, Kel, that could have been your brother.
absolutely, absolutely. Very
Like,
shortly, it could have been he. That face was very common to us all, and to see it, uh, to have watched the video and see what the hell just happened. I don't know if I've ever seen anything in real life like it,
yeah.
because it's like do we see this happening? Does everybody see what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? It's so we had, and those were two blatant things back to back, caught on camera, that you could not turn away from and you could not deny.
And here's the thing. If just like LL Cool J said,
The disgust behind it, it
but
leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and a sad sour feeling in your stomach.
just like LL Cool J said, if it hadn't been caught on videotape, he would be sitting right at home.
Yep.
Right at home. Like, like, did anybody, because I want to play somebody. Did anybody stand out to you as far as like any of the people, like any of the celebrities who came out and did like just were out just for the cause? Did anybody stand out to you? Oh damn, where'd she go? Well, you guys, I'm gonna actually play something that stuck out to me, and that was Nick Cannon. I don't know if y'all heard it, but like when I mean it was electrifying for me, at least. Hold on, my phone's loading up. Oh, it's Nicki Minaj. Hold on. Oh, there's Nick Cannon. And if you guys haven't seen the video, I would definitely urge you guys to go and see the video, because this video was just so profound. Like, oh, I mean, this video, you guys, I'm gonna just play this video. Kels, I just asked them a question. Had they, see if they're on, because I'm not looking at IG, I mean YouTube, but I just asked them a question. What did anybody stand out to you? Any of the celebrities who were doing, like, you know, their reading their poetry and doing their musical stuff and stuff like that? Did anybody stand out to you? And so I'm actually going to play the one that stood out to me. A couple of them. LL Cool J stood out to me, but Nick Cannon stood up to me. Nick Cannon, did you see that Nick Cannon one?
No.
Listen. So I am going to play this for you guys. And I'm sure you can't see it. Kel, can you see it? 2020 ain't no fucking vision on your tail, live vision of why I'm living like a prejudged villain, CNN, Fox News commentating and debating why I can't fucking breathe again.
We're frozen.
Do I have to say this? I'm taking the gloves off because race
racism is the main deadliness that's contagious. I just got diagnosed and received a degree in criminology, but fuck your education. I don't want to learn shit from a nation that's racist. The definition of policing, overseeing property. I can't understand how the white man never understood how to handle the human properly. Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the noble true Ali spoke constantly, consciously, and cautiously about this ungodly prophecy. You still worried about your prophecy? Amazon deliveries, handouts, hands up, don't shoot, but now your knees are on my neck, stopping me from occupying oxygen that God obviously brought for me, for I am his offspring, his true seed. Motherfucker, get off of me, please. I can't breathe. Please, somebody call the police on the police, cause I can't breathe again. And everything hurts. Your words, your knees, your nerve, your white wife who had the nerve to say she was frightened by black life while my face is on the fucking curb. I ain't scared of no fucking virus. This mask is for a riot. I can't breathe, and the media telling me to keep quiet, suffocating me into silence. The devil's greatest trick, convincing the world that we were the ones who were violent. Nah, they the ones deficient, insufficient comprehension of their barbaric existence. Y'all worried about this pandemic when our grandparents still trying to recover from when you gave them syphilis. Because in our blood, we scared of the white cells attacking our immunity, the system.
Hello, who's calling?
Me been on our neck for centuries. Knees or trees, either way you still lynching me. And what did we ever do to you except for build and make America great initially?
So I want you guys to go and see that
Nick Cannon. Was that on Instagram, YouTube?
that was on Instagram.
Okay.
Hold on one second. But yeah, that's on Instagram, guys. And I hold on one second. Y'all, when y'all are virtual and live, you know, just he. This is
He what?
hold on.
What is happening?
Sorry guys, sorry about that. But no, I wanted to you got hold on.
It's about time for us to wrap up this show anyway. I'm sure we could go on and on forever about it.
Hold on, let me go back to it.
I can't breathe. Potentially you missing me. Clearly not listening. Intentionally. We are a people of peace. But like Pac said, I ain't no killer, but your policies are pushing me further from the legislation. Jumping off the education. While your skinheads, the damnation in your clandestine rhetoric will forever be evident. Fuck the elite in the top 3%. I'm heaven sent. I was born Asiatic, and you made me asthmatic. So fuck your vaccines and masks. You gon' worry about these hands tomorrow cause you can't sanitize the past. You may have took my last breath, but you'll never colonize my spirit. Standing there watching while I die. I can't breathe, and you still can't hear me.
So whenever you guys get a chance, go and check out Nick Cannon. I mean, it was definitely, it was deep. You felt it. You felt what he was feeling. Like it was definitely deep. So guys, go ahead and check that out. But like she said, we're definitely going to wrap this show up. And you continue to watch our shows. Is definitely, we're trying to get, we're having to do it virtually right now. And we're going to definitely continue to be consistent. We are out here. We are for what is going on. We are the Us Girls United Sisters. We are here for it. And we are going to stay here for it until we create change. And we definitely want to start getting some people involved in the Zoom that we're doing. So we will have topics and things that to talk about, or just get, how to handle stress throughout the COVID or throughout what we're going through, and things like that. So please reach out if you have something you want to say, you want to share with the people. Reach out to us. We definitely want to hear your feedback. This is a very, very comfortable platform. As you see, I can sit here and retwist my hair because I got to go to sleep after this. So I had to be doing two things at once. But this is a very comfortable platform. So, it allows you to create a platform, allows you to be yourself and speak your mind and own your truth. So if you guys do have something you want to talk about, please reach out to us, SipsTea the show on Instagram, Jim the Twin or Eb the Celeb. Please reach out to us, and because this is what it's about. This is what it's about. The platform, they try to take our voice, but we can't be stopped. We'll always be heard. So you guys continue to watch the show, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Jim the Twin, you got anything?
I think that it all, sis.
Okay, and we
love you to life. Everybody fighting a good fight. Stay safe. As the world opens back up, I mean, we've been out here in these streets, whether the world was open or not. So, people are out here. So I hope that everybody is safe. These things, there are so many things that are changing. So I'm looking forward to Imani's. Hopefully she'll be on the show sometime. But I'm looking for all of our healers to also come together, because together we have to change the vibration, and we got to take care of ourselves and each other. All right. We love you to life. We will see you guys back here next week, Lord willing, and the quick treat. Ain't that what say? God willing.
We need to do a show. We got to do a show together, though. That's the thing. We got to do a show together for the people, because all this freezing up and shit's kind of, they trying to stop us.
Irritate.
Yeah, they try to stop us.
Eventually, we'll be back to something. Things are changing, so who knows what. That the one thing that's good about change is that something's changing, and that things can be new birth. New things will be formed, old things will die off, and something will come from the ashes. So anyway, we will see you guys later, and we thank you for tuning in to SipsTea the show. Like Ed the Celeb said, hit us up at sipsteatheshow@gmail.com. We love you to life. Goodbye.
Bye. Did you end the live?